Welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. If you are not a subscriber yet, don't hesitate. What are you waiting for? Push that like button, push that subscribe button. Because let me tell you something in this video, if you are a beginner trader or are a trader in the process of becoming a profitable trader, I'm going to drop so much gems in this video, so you don't want to miss out. Stay tuned for a banger video, guys. So within this video, I'm going to go through the trade setups I took in the past week on US30. Now, some of you know I don't really. US30 is not one of my major pairs. It's an index, but I will be showing you my live trades that we took and also how I manage my risk, because I believe that every trader that shows you results should also show you risk management. Because if you don't know how to manage your risk anymore, manage your trades properly, you might lose more than what you risk on the market. So, and that means you won't become a profitable trader. I'm all about giving you the value that you need, things that you need to look out for in order to become and be and stay a consistent profitable trader. So, stay tuned for the next video. Okay, welcome. So, guys, this is US30. So, I'm going to take you through. We took some losses also this week. Losses is part of trading, but how you manage your trades is what, at the end of the day, how much you lose on a losing trade is in your control. I can assure you, when you're in my group, you'll see I do not lose more than what I risk, because I manage my trades properly. Now, in on Monday, US30 was looking very bearish. As you can see, structure was making lower highs and lower lows, and as if you pay attention to previous structure to your left, you'll also see that lows was broken, and now we were currently Monday morning at a support level. So when you zoom in, you can see currently that we are looking for any sign that price wants to push downwards, because we are in a bearish momentum. But I do not come to the market with a bias. I always look for a clear break of a structure. So that was, let's move it, and then that was just before 9. So normally we come to the market at before the London, and then and then look at what the market does. We wait for that break. This was US30 on the 15 1 hour. Now this is in the 1 hour. So once we see a look at that 1 hour bearish candle closing, that was our indication. If you look to your left, how structure was being respected, and liquidity was taken out to your left. As you can see, all the liquidity there, and now we expect price to move more down, right? But even though we expect price to move down, we are still studying structure, and we follow price action. We're trading price action. So you see that support area that I've just marked off there. I paid attention, close attention to that support area. And then what I was waiting for was a clear break. But if you see those wicks to your left, if those wicks were not broken, I wasn't gonna take the sell. But we waited for that 15-minute break. Let's just see. And then look what price did. Price broke a high. A high right there. It broke the first high, and we marked it off, and we now got out our demand zone, because price broke a 15-minute high. So the thinking was that, okay, because price broke that demand zone, that price we wanted to see price coming back into our zone, and that will be our entry, and then we will target all the liquidity to the left. But then this is all the possibilities of them, what could have happened. So let's just see, the stop loss was just below the 15-minute, and then the target was all the liquidity to the left, right? So while you trade like normally the London, is because there's a lot of volatility on the during London session as well. So I just marked off my target if price was going to decide to continue to the upside. Now moving to the 5 minute, this is where I execute, this is where we enter. We waited for a pullback. Let's just check what price did. So there's your pullback, and then price shot all the way down and it hit our stop loss. So that was a loss for us. Like, we got out on that first candle that came into our zone, that closed into our zone, and then look what price did later in the day. Later in the day, price went all the way up, never came to where our TP area was, but eventually it moved up. So these are the kind of trades where you need to know how to cut your losses early, because these type of trades will leave you broke if you like. There's these things that happen in the market. You can plan a trade, but that doesn't mean the trade is going to play out exactly to where you set your TP, because why should the market respect your TP? It's all about price action and market structure. So yeah, that one was a loser, and Monday was not really a news. So Monday was news. Let me just check. Last week Monday, let's just check. So no, there was no news on Monday, but that was a losing trade on the Monday. So let's go to Tuesday and check what did the market do for Tuesday for US30. We're using the same strategy. We're reading structure from the left. We see if any signs of break of structure, and as you can see on the 1 hour, price action looks more bearish, right? We see overall structure is bearish. So then that is just before 9, like before 10, when we look for the volatility in the market. We saw a kind of there's two possibilities. Now, looking from your left, paying attention to how price pulled back and dropped, and then it pulled back again, and then it's now in a consolidation. However, just excuse me for that. This tool just did its own thing. However, there is still a chance. If you look on the 4 hour, right, it's also looking very much bearish. So let's see what price did on Tuesday. Right, so when you mark off that lower low on the 4 hour or the 1 hour, you'll see that price is now currently retesting that lower high, the lower low. And my thinking was that price already bounced off that lower low, but there's a gap also, so it could go and retest that lower low again, and before it continue downwards. So look at what. So my thinking was, once it breaks our support where it is currently, then we will wait for retest and then a pullback, and we will get in with a sell. But if it rejects off that support, we will definitely then, if it is any sign of a bounce of the support area, we will then look for some buys. So looking at the market, waiting for that volatility to start. Let's just move forward a bit. You'll see there, on the 15 minute, we watched it carefully, and we saw like some sort of break in that area. But looking to your left, always look to your left to see those wicks were retested. So that was a bit of a, I wasn't confident with that saldo, even though I marked that zone off. I looked to the wicks, and that wicks looked so, it looked as if price wants to continue up, but we still, based on that, we took a sell, right? So just let me, I'm just marking off my profit, take profit, and then so TP1, your TP2 could be around just move it. There we go. So based on our zone, we waited for that retest. As you can see, the retest was right there with that pullback. So that was our entry. And we follow the rules, but our zone was invalid. So once your zone become invalid, that's when you know that the trade is not going to go in your direction, and it hit our stop loss. So after it hit our stop loss, it moved all the way up. So Tuesday's trade was also a loss. So guys, we do take losses, and then look what happened. Then the news came out, I think, and then our TP2 was eventually hit later in the day after our trade did not play out. So yeah, tough luck on that one. But like I said, losses is part of trading. Okay, so now we're gonna look at Thursday. Now, this is a 1 hour just before our London session open for US30. Sorry, US30. It's still, the price action was still bearish. So once we determined that, I was looking for a rejection of that resistance area, as you can see, and that resistance is based off the previous lower lows there, where price reversed from. That was a lower low there, and then a break of structure just next to it. As you can see, that big bearish candle was a break of structure, and then based off that we confirmed that we are currently sitting at a major resistance. So we're going to look for some bearish momentum, and then looking to your left, always I zoom out, I check for further signs of how far price could potentially go. So just determining your target profit, determining your stop loss, all part of planning your trade, getting in just after the break of a previous low. So that was a signal for Thursday. Looking at it now, we are at TP1 and a TP2 marked off by those blue lines, blue horizontal lines. Those were our targets for the sell positions. Just bear with me, just check now. Okay, changing that quickly. Let's change that to TP2. Okay, perfect. Now we're moving over. We are currently on the 15-minute time frame. So based off that break, I wanted to draw a supply zone, but I waited to see a kind of you see that low, previous low there, small low on the 50-minute. I wanted that price action to come all the way down below that one low. That you always want to wait for that kind of break, just to be safe. And then your entry is always based off the break. My stop loss is just above that area there. TPs so at the bottom, and now we execute on the 5-minute. Let's see, bring it closer. Let me zoom in a bit, and then we wait for the pullback. That's when we know when to get in. Right there is where we get in, and then there's our entry and there's our. So let's see. Okay, there's the pullback, happened twice. It came twice to our entry, and then it started moving. And as you can see, this trade was a 1:5 risk to reward ratio. If you entered with us, it started to play around by TP1, as you can see, and then it broke later on. It broke through to TP2. So yeah, this was our trade on Friday, and it made up for the losses on Tuesday and Monday. Like I always say, if you have proper risk management, you can get like one great trade in a week, and it can make up for all the losses that maybe you lost 2 of your 3 trades that you took the week. So yeah, this was quite a nice trade. And this was the same, as you can see, I used the same strategy